everyone, Scott Miles here, managing partner of the Miles LeHane company. And to build off our interview management series, one question that typically comes up in 9 out of 10 interviews is the phenomenal question of, tell me about yourself. Whew. I love asking that questions with participants all the time, and they get this blank look on their face, and it's typically, can I ask some questions? Should I talk about my professional career? Should I talk about myself personally? And I said, well, you're asking great questions. I like where your head's at, but are you going to do that in an interview? No, probably not. So let me relieve some apprehension or give you some strategies and techniques that you can employ and master the question of tell me about yourself. So, number one, you're going to be asked this question. Number two, you have 2.5, 3 minutes tops to respond to this question. If you're talking any longer than 3 minutes, you're just talking way too long. So let's get that kind of as the baseline. So now let's look at the question as a whole. The question was, tell me about yourself. It didn't say tell me about yourself professionally. It didn't say tell me about yourself personally. So it's a very broad question. Now, really what 8 out of 10, typically 9 out of 10 do when I ask this question, people do respond. And here's the kiss of death with this question, is they regurgitate everything on their resume. And that's absolutely the wrong way to go. So how do you answer that question, tell me about yourself? Well, I like to keep things extremely simple. We'll break it down into 2 sections, section 1 and section 2. Section 1 is going to be personal. Section 2 is going to be professional, and we'll do an even 50-50 split. And you're probably saying, oh gosh, personally, what do I talk about? Well, I can tell you 2 things not to talk about. Number 1 is going to be religion. Now, there is a little bit of a caveat to religion, meaning if you're a very faith-based individual and your family is very intertwined with the faith, and maybe you do a lot of volunteer work throughout your community, by all means mention that. But there's a difference between mentioning that and then preaching to someone. And number 2, politics. If you want to talk yourself out of a job, definitely bring up politics. But I'm talking about more of the high level stuff. What gets you excited outside? Because at the end of the day, I hate to say this callously, but at the end of the day, work is just work. I mean, every contract that you sign, you should give 100%. So whatever you're doing at work, give 100%, but the reality is you have a whole other life outside of work. So what makes you tick? How long have you been part of the area? What attracted you to the area? What do you like to do as far as activities? Are you into running? Are you into hiking? Are you into biking? Are you into music? So round that out with about who you are. Again, the question was tell me about yourself. And at that 50% point, when you finish up the personal, I want you to do a clear separation as you go into the professional. And so once you finish up the personal, you can say, and on a professional aspect. Now when you go into the professional, it doesn't become a regurgitation of your resume. But what I do want to hear out of you on the professional side is what gets you out of bed to do what it is that you do. What got you excited about the line of work that you do? Was it something that you discovered at a young age? Was it something that kind of happened haphazardly by going through a number of positions and you finally found your niche? Or did it happen organically in a situation that you went or you took on a position that you never thought and then you really found what drove you professionally? So again, the question, tell me about yourself. Start off with personal, then go into professional to set up the rest of the conversation. Keep it to 2.5, 3 minutes tops, and you'll knock this question out of the park. Now, look in the description below. You will see a link to our website, and I also went through and created a blog that goes into much more detail and maybe give you some additional techniques or verbiage to employ in your conversation and tell me about yourself. So hopefully that dreaded question of tell me about yourself has become or relieved some apprehension. Thank you so much for watching, and keep an eye out for our continued series on Building Block Essentials.